Charlie Whiskey, Quebec. Do you copy?
The Kilo 4 station, try it again, please.
Okay, this is Kilo 4, Charlie Whiskey, Quebec. Do you copy?
Kilo 4, Charlie Whiskey, Quebec. Winston, I sure do. Got a good copy on you. Thanks for coming back to the CQ. The handle here is Randy, Romeo Alpha November Delta Yankee. We're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri there. Go ahead.
Okay, very good, Randy. Good copy on you here. I noticed you had my name, so you might know I am from Carrollton, Georgia, and we're about 45 miles west of Atlanta. Beautiful day here today, and the band 40 meters sounds pretty good tonight. I'm just playing around with this old radio. About a week ago, I made a swap and picked up an old 10-tank Omni that I'm using right now, and I think I'm probably going to have to work on the PCI some, but other than that, it seems to be holding up fairly well. Watt meter's jumping up somewhere around 100 watts, so that's it here. So back to you, this is K4.
Yeah, no problem, Winston. Well, you're about 5 and 7 in the receive here. We just started here just a few minutes ago. You're the first one to stop in and say hello. We appreciate that. And thought we would play radio tonight, see if we can't make a few contacts here on 40 meters. So we're also doing a live stream on our YouTube channel. So we're actually live. Also, it's recording, Winston. So everybody gets to hear our wonderful voices there on the YouTube channel. We've got our radio display up on the page there as well, so you can actually see your own signal report and the audio wave pattern on your transmit audio as well. Kind of fun thing to put together. But like I said, we're just going to see if we can make a few contacts tonight here on a Thursday evening and see where it plays out. Had some good weather here as well in the metro region, about 77, 78 degrees today. No complaints for the first week of November there. Roger?
Okay, Roger. And since you said you can look at the waveform, like I say, I'm just now experimenting with this rig, trying to make sure got the thing going good and using an old Shure 444 mic, so I wonder, is my waveform looking okay there? Over?
Yeah, you sound okay to me. You got a good signal there. The logger shows a straight line about 623 miles between us, so not terribly bad. Always nice to get into Georgia. We usually have a pretty good pipeline into Georgia. Usually works pretty well. A little bit, not so much on your side, a little bit down to LaGrange from time to time. A few operators, of course, in the Atlanta area, a little bit north, and some down by Tipton, Georgia as well. But anytime we get a chance to get into the East Coast of Georgia and Mississippi, whatever, we always have a good time. These are free phone calls, Winston. You just don't know who was on the other end there, Roger.
That's right. It's sort of like fishing. You go in your line and just pick up your hook. Yeah, you're a good 5 by 9 here, and this meter's a little stingy, so you're probably even better than that. But copying your 5 by 9 here in Georgia, and if you would repeat your call sign again, I didn't write it down, so I want to get it down for the log. Over.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. The call here, Winston, is Kilo 0 Romeo Whiskey Bravo. K0 red, white, and blue.
Okay, we got it already. K0RWD. Kilo 0 red, white, blue. Good call sign there. Enjoy it. Over.
Yeah, we were just lucky. It also ends up being our initials, so kind of put 2 and 2 together, kind of made sense on amateur radio, no doubt. But it looks like a first contact between us as well, at least in my log. And I want to thank you there for that by all means. And thank you for coming back to the CQ. I think I heard a couple others there as well, but you were a little bit stronger. we'll see if maybe there's a couple others out there. And we got a little bit of time here this evening, so we'd kind of see if we can make a few contacts, maybe some new ones like yourself, or maybe some of our old operator friends in the past. We'll see how that works. But thank you for coming back to the CQ. Enjoy your Thursday evening and the weekend coming up. Hope you and yours are doing well and continue to do so. And if you hear us again, by all means, give us a shout. I will tell you, next Friday is Veterans Day. We're actually doing a special event for Veterans Day on the air, so keep a lookout for us. We'll be around different bands, probably 40 meters in and up in the evening. We'd love to get you in the log for that as well. We have a really nice USL card to commemorate Veterans Day if you're interested as well. We'll have information posted here pretty soon. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for coming back. I do appreciate it. I got one contact in the book, so it's a good night so far. Winston, thank you again. We'll say 7-3s. Kilo 4, Charlie Whiskey, Quebec. Down in Georgia is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again. Have a good evening.
Okay, thank you, Randy. Enjoyed contact, and I look forward to you again. This K4, CW273.
All right, you take care, 7-3s. We'll go ahead and clear with him. Let's see if our friend Armando is out there on the air on 100 watts. Kilo Charlie 2 Echo Echo Sierra. Armando, you got a copy on this base here, K0RWB?
Great to hear you. Great to hear you on the channel. I heard the other station there from Georgia. He's coming in to talk. Let's see how you're copying me with my measly 100 watts over.
Well, I'll be a lot more happier when you put some power behind it. You're above the noise, but not by much, about 5 and 5.
Oh, okay. Well, I apologize for that, but tomorrow night it might be different there, right?
Well, I'd like to think so, but I know it's a long time coming. Hopefully everything has been resolved now, and it'll certainly operate like it should. I don't know if you were able to get to the premiere in time. It's the first time we've tried that on YouTube, and we had fun with it. Hopefully it'll work that way for everybody else there. I know Todd and a few others were able to watch it. We got to see it here ourselves. Kind of cool deal. Ask for some comments, if it's good or bad. Maybe we can make some improvements before we do it next week for real. But you get a chance to go back and see if you can find it and give me your thoughts, what you think of it there, Roger.
Roger. Well, right now I'm watching you on your channel. It looks on your live stream. It's looking great. You look very professional as always. I see the American flag, the world map. There's another emblem that I don't know if it's up or something else, but anyway. But I want to hold it. There's a poor signal tonight, but maybe we'll connect tomorrow, Randy.
Yeah, that sounds great, Armando. I got your text here. Knew you were out and about, so I'm glad we had a chance to get a quick connection. I don't know if we're going to have any propagation tonight or not. We'll see how it happens. I know there's a few that are watching on the channel right now. Maybe we'll get a few on the air as well. We'll see how it goes. But, it's always fun no matter what happens to get in front of the microphone. It's been such a long time. So nice to get out here again and hopefully make a few contacts in the process. Be looking for you, listening for you tomorrow evening or tomorrow afternoon. You can certainly touch base with me once you get the app back in line, and we can certainly do another radio check. Looking forward to that. So we'll say 7-3s, buddy. Nice to talk with you. Glad you got back from the south in one piece, and everything's looking up and up for you. So you enjoy the rest of your night. Say hi to the missus for me as well, and we'll talk again tomorrow, no doubt. Kilo Charlie 2 Echo Echo Sierra, Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo.
Okay, Randy, take care. Have fun tonight. Good to talk to you.
Yeah, I appreciate it, buddy. You take care. 7-3s. QRZ, Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Any other stations, please come with your call.
Kilo Echo 8, Romeo Bravo Yankee.
Oh, David's back out there again. Man, what are you doing this evening?
Well, I just got done watching your tribute premiere, and I thought that was excellent.
Hey, I appreciate that, David. We wanted to get it out either tonight or tomorrow, and I wanted some feedback from everybody. Whether they liked it or something that could be different, because next week or next Friday is the day, and we want to be able to kind of roll that again, but we wanted to get some input from other people out there. So we never did a premiere like that before. That's all new to us, and we put that together this afternoon, and we kind of liked it. So I'm glad to see we've got some input. So I appreciate that.
Oh, roger that. Yeah, I saw that. I said, well, I got to watch that, and I thought it was very well done. I liked the intro where it came up and went down through the minutes, and then through all the branches and all the different areas and everything. I thought it was very well done.
Well, I appreciate that. Well, you know, that day is not a day to exclude anybody that served or who sought to sign the dotted line. So everybody, of course, is included. It's how we want to kind of present it. Everybody's got a different story, their time, and what have you, and it's just our small part. We've got everything squared away for this special event that will be happening next week. We got the call sign, so if anybody's interested in looking at that, the special call next week is November 0 Victor, and that is up with all the information for those folks now. I will say that for people that are looking for the card, we've got a limited number this year. I think about 100 and a quarter, 100 and a half. And once they're gone, they're gone. I'm not trying to get anybody, scared away or whatever, but we didn't have as much this year as we did last year, so we'll see how it goes. But I appreciate the feedback, David. It's really nice to hear that. So how are things going this evening for you?
Everything going good around here. I checked out a new portable antenna mount today and a homebrew tuner that I got the circuit out of the handbook for, and everything works.
Well, that's all you can ask for, right? As long as it works. I don't know about your shack, but every once in a while something gets moved or I do something and something's out of line, and it takes me most of the day to figure out what it was, and it's something ends up being something real simple.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, this was I did buy the roller ductor a while back when I went to Hamfest down here, about an hour and a half away back in September. The guy picked up a box to look at. It had 6 variable caps in it, and he said, "It's yours, get it out of here." So I brought it home, and that's where I found my variable caps.
Well, hey, that's good. Luck is on your side. I was hoping that luck was on my side last night with the big Powerball, but apparently what I've heard is nobody won it. Can you imagine the thing is going up to $1.5 billion? I think if I won it, I might have to get myself some new equipment.
Yeah, roger that, or build a big building and have about 4 different shacks and studios with different equipment.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something? I don't know. It might be. I think if I won it might be a while before I get in front of the radio. It's hard to tell, but it's always fun to dream. But I know there's a lot of others out there that were dreaming as well, and really surprising that there wasn't a winner. But that's the way it works. Hopefully, I'm not even sure when they do it again. I don't know if it's next Monday or just what. We don't follow it too much, but we did this time. So, we'll see how it goes from that point forward. David, thanks for giving us a call. Again, I appreciate your feedback on the video. Thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate that. You have no idea what it means, and I think you're basically telling me a thumbs up, so that's good. So we'll do it again. So anyway, hey, we got a chance to chat on Tuesday. Here we are again on Thursday. Good to hear you again as always. And I know you'll be out there again. You do tend to come around quite often. We're there, and we do appreciate it as well. You take care, my friend, and enjoy your evening, and have a good one tomorrow and the weekend ahead as well. Kilo Echo 8, Romeo Bravo Yankee, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo.
Roger that, 73, Randy.
All right, David, you take care, my friend. 73 QRZ. Any other stations, please come with your call. Man, we got some people right down below us. CQ 40 meters. This is Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ here on 40. It's Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ 40 meters. Any stations anywhere? Come with your call, please. Well, I tell you what, we've got somebody at 7225. It's just keying up. Folks, we're going to move up 1 KC, 7228. See if we can get away from that, if we can pull the stations out a little better. Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo. We're in the QSY 7228. Now we try that again. This is Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo CQ. Any stations anywhere? Come with your call, please. we didn't lose them. CQ on 40 meters, CQ 40, CQ 40 meters, CQ 40 meters, CQ 40, CQ 40 meters, kilowatt 0, radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ here on 40 meters, any stations, anywhere.
Whiskey 5, Mike, Papa Radio.
Whiskey 5, Papa Mike Radio. Tom, is that you there? Go ahead.
Yes, Tommy, how you doing today?
I'll tell you what, if I was doing any better, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. Nice to hear you again. May of last year. Where'd the time go?
It's been flying by. Time goes faster, faster. The older you get, you know.
Well, you know, I'm beginning to wonder. It seems the older you get, the quicker it goes. I thought it was supposed to be the other way around.
You would think so. Slowing down in life. It don't mean much, does it?
Boy, it sure doesn't seem like it. Hey, good signal, by the way. About 5 and 8 here in the receive. Again, the name here is Randy. We're just outside of Kansas City. Whether you saw that or remember or not, just thought I'd throw it out there. But, yeah, we just been out here 17 minutes is what it's showing here. Thought we would kind of throw the CQ out, see if we could pull some call this evening, have a little fun on the radio there, Roger.
Yeah, 10-4. You're 5 and 9 on me. You're looking pretty good. I'm talking without any kind of foul or anything. I'm just talking with this radio. You hear me okay?
Yeah, you're doing fine. No problem at all. There's a little noise on the band, which usually happens anyway on 40, but we've got the noise reduction keyed in, so all we're really getting is the audio. All the others, the frying bacon has disappeared, as they say. So, yeah, no problems hearing you. And, yeah, it's nice to see that we just finished with Georgia, and here you are down in the Mississippi. So we're certainly hitting the southeast part of the country. We'll see. Well, we did get to New York as well, so I guess it's starting to open up a little bit. Hopefully it'll be that way the rest of the evening. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I believe it'll do a little better. It seems like it's opening up some. I listened in just a little bit ago, and it was kind of spacey. You know, you'd hear a little bit, and then it was gone. But right now, it seems to be holding pretty steady.
Yeah, I think so. We were out here on Tuesday evening for a little bit, and, you know, 40 meters is kind of fickle. You know, 1 second you're 5 and 9, and you're almost off the map the next go around, and you're right back up again. Kind of like, you know, a wind sock kind of blowing in the breeze, so to speak. But, yeah, you know, you just learn to work around it, not a problem. And, you know, once we make those exchanges on signal reports, those are contacts for me, so I have no problem with it.
That's right. But, man, it's a pleasure to talk to you. It's been a while.
Yeah, we've had an interesting last 5 months, and between some projects and no internet issues that we did have, we'd like to think those are in the rearview mirror, so we kind of started it back up again on Tuesday. You know, we won't be out here every night, not here in the beginning. We're hoping a couple of nights a week in the beginning, and we're going to get in front of the microphone. We kind of miss it, and a lot of folks have asked about us, where we've been, everything okay, and boy, we really do appreciate that. You don't really know who your friends are until, you know, you've got issues and what have you, but nice to hear those folks. So we kind of got that in the rearview mirror. We're going to try to get in front of the microphone a little bit more. We got a little bit more stable internet, and it's working. Josh, I want to say hi to you and Bill as well there on the live stream, and Steve. And that's worked a little bit better for us. And then we've got a special event coming up next Friday, Tom, for Veterans Day. And we've got some information that's on, going to be on the QRZ page. Got a special call, November 0 Victor is the call sign. That's already up on QRZ, so anybody interested can go to that and see the information we've got published for the special event coming up. And we also did a premiere a little earlier. We did a little Veterans Day video, kind of a test run, so to speak, get some people's inputs. That'll also be playing next week as well. So we're going to be back in front of the microphone here pretty hot and heavy pretty soon, Tom, and we're really looking forward to it there, Roger.
Copy. I'll be sure to tune in to it, man. That sounds great. Yeah. I think that's a good thing, what you're doing there for the Veterans Day, man. You know, without them, we wouldn't have no freedom at all. We wouldn't be able to do what we're doing right now.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And, you know, there's a special day each year for Veterans Day, but, you know, for me, it happens every day. And that's kind of what I look at. And there's a lot of folks that are involved in that, even our first responders as well. And I'm just trying to do my small part, and we're having fun with it. I think a lot of people that check in with us, at least last year, we had a really good turnout last year, seemed to enjoy it as well. And we decided to try again this year, and hopefully it'll continue. I don't say it's going to get bigger and better, but we're certainly looking forward to having some good time with it, and hopefully making some new fresh contacts and keeping up with some of the old ones there, Roger.
Yeah, it's a good copy, buddy. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. I'm going to back up and get out of the way. But 73, see you, my friend.
I appreciate it very much, Tom, and sorry it took so long for us to connect again, but hey, better late than never. Hopefully we'll have another contact or two sooner than later, and hopefully again next week. We'd love to get you in the log on the special event if you're out and about. We're going to be on the air most of the day, probably end up here on 40 meters that evening for a little bit anyway. If we've got a voice left, we'll see how that goes. But again, if you hear us out there, don't be a stranger. Give us a call back. We'd love to connect with you again and see how things are going. Thank you for taking the time this evening. I do appreciate it. I look forward to our next one as well. You take care in 7-3. So Whiskey 5, Mike Papa Radio in Mississippi, Kilowatt Zero Radio, Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again.
But I'm glad I turned it on tonight. Glad I got to talk to you. But anyway, W5, MCR. I'll talk to you later. 73.
All right, my friend. You take care, 7-3s. QRZ, any other stations, please? Give me your call.
Kilo 4, Romeo, India, Papa.
Romeo, India, Papa. I'm sorry. Give it to me again.
Kilo 4, Romeo, India, Papa.
There we go. RIP. K4 RIP. Greg, how are you this evening?
Good there, Randy. We go by Rip, my nickname there. But doing fine here. Got a beautiful signal in here tonight. Northeast Georgia, 10 over, pretty steady 10 over, and peak 20 over there, Randy. Back to you.
Well, I appreciate it. Boy, I tell you, Georgia's doing really good. Second contact to Georgia. You're 5.9 plus as well, doing really good. That's really nice to see that the band is doing good. We're glad to hear it. And let's see. I look at the logger here real quick. Number 3 contact. Last one, my gosh, is it with Christmas Eve of December last year, or maybe during the Christmas train. I can't believe it's quite been that long, but boy, I tell you, it's amazing that how time flies on amateur radio, though, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. I don't have any kind of electronic log, just the old paper log here. So, but as soon as I heard your call, that guy sounds familiar, his voice and the call sign. So I know I've talked to you before, but good to hear you again here tonight. And wrote down the information about N0V, Victor there, for the special event station. We'll look that up and hope we can make a contact with you. We're a Navy veteran here myself. So back to you, Randy.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. Yeah, we're really looking forward to it coming up. We did it last year, and we had far exceeded any expectations that we had. And, we had veterans and not, it didn't matter. It's just a matter of checking in and saying hello. If you were, a couple of minutes about your service and so forth, great. And we did a little bit throughout the day on our YouTube channel, live streaming. We had a slideshow montage, which we'll probably do again this year as well. We actually did a video earlier about the bottom of the hour. We did a quick premiere on it, and we're looking for some feedback. So anybody out there that's interested in seeing that video, it's only about 4 minutes long. You can find it through the channel, which is our call, K0RWB. I mean, we want feedback in the comments, whether you liked it, didn't like it, thumbs up or thumbs down. If there's enough interest, maybe we'll make some changes, any suggestions we have. That's kind of what we're looking to do, Greg, because we want to have this thing final that everybody likes so we can pump it out next Friday, Veterans Day, and kind of really make a big deal out of it there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. We'll try and look that up there. No internet or computer here, just my cell phone, which doesn't get too great a service out here in the country. But we'll try and look it up and let you know what we think there. So, anyways, Randy, we'll let you go so you can pick up some more contacts there, and we'll look forward to talking to you next week there on Veterans Day. And you have a great evening there. Thanks for everything you do there, Randy. It's a pleasure to have guys like you on the air here. We'll say 7-3s and hope to catch you again here soon. K0RWB, K4 RIP.
Well, thank you, Greg. Nice to you to say that. I appreciate it. And same right back to you. It wouldn't be much fun if there wasn't anybody else on the other end. So we're very fortunate that people take the time to stop and say hello, like yourself, of course, and hopefully many, many more to go, no doubt. Of course, you know, one more in my log. You get 4 in my log, you become a regular here on the channel, and you know, you get all the perks and benefits. We have a big party in your name, throw confetti and all kinds of stuff. So we got one more contact, maybe before next Friday, or who knows, before then as well, or even on Veterans Day. We're going to count it regardless. But again, thanks for taking the time here on Thursday night. And again, nice to hear you. Another station from Georgia. You guys got great signals coming out there, so we got a good pipeline between us. So feel free to come back anytime you hear us. You know that, Greg. We always look forward to it when we get a chance to reconnect with prior contacts. So enjoy the rest of the evening. We'll say 7-3 for now. Kilo 4, Romeo India Papa in North Georgia. Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo. Take care, my friend. 7-3.
7-3 Tango. By the way, we go by my nickname, Rip, Romeo India Papa. That's where the call comes from. But you can call me anything, just not late for supper. Hi, 7-3.
I was just going to say, don't be late for supper, Rip. Hey, no problem at all, my friend. No, glad to hear it. Hey, we'll look for you again, my friends. Again, do take care, 7-3. QRZ enter stations, please.
Whiskey 4 Tango.
Okay, Whiskey 4 Tango Sierra question mark.
How about Tango Sierra Hotel there, you turkey?
Yeah, you caught me. Bobby. There he is. They're in the Carolinas. Let's see. He's got to be in. I think he's in South Carolina, or no, maybe it's north.
Yeah, you'll get it figured out one of these days, Randy. Yeah, I'm glad I caught you in there. I actually listened to you a little bit last night, but you had such a pile up, I didn't get on. Glad I caught you in there, buddy. Sounding good. Doing a great job as always there, Owen.
Well, I appreciate that. Well, you got a good solid 5.9, little bit over there, so it shouldn't be a problem. I would have to say, so far, the conditions are a little bit better than they were on Tuesday. We didn't make it last night, and we knew that in the beginning we weren't going to be able to do this every night. Just hadn't quite gotten there yet, but a couple nights a week. But so far, I have to say, I'm really encouraged. We did get Armando up in New York. Mississippi, been to Georgia twice, and now you up there in North Carolina. We were looking at maybe doing a landline with you the last couple of days just to give you a heads up we were going to be back, and I said, no, he'll find me eventually, and I'm glad you did. So you sound good, Rascal. Nice to hear you again.
Yeah, good to hear you. I guess it was Tuesday night. You know, at my age, it's hard for me to keep up with days, much less nights there, Randy. Well, I was in there, buddy. Just on the wave at you. Doing a great job. I've been sitting here listening to you for a little bit. And actually, I was on the phone, and I see that you was going to be on at 7:30, and I had the reminder with the TV on YouTube, and when you came on, it just made a big loud boom. The volume was too loud, and my friend I was talking to on the phone, he said, what in the world was that? And I said, I was just Randy. But anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to catching you back on there. I missed you there, buddy. I've been fine here. Been on periodically, not every day, but every few days. I'll catch you later. You pick all them stations up. Take care, and we'll be listening for you the 11th there for sure. K0RWB, W4TSH. Have a good night, hero.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Bobby. Thank you for the nice words. Hey, you get a chance. It's the first time we did a premiere video, and it's just kind of we did it kind of as a test run. I was telling the station there earlier. You get a chance, if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. It's only about 4 minutes long, but we're looking for comments. People liked it. Put something in the comments what you liked about it or didn't like about it, thumbs up or thumbs down, because we want to try to have a finished product for next Friday during Veterans Day. We want to be able to play that a couple of times during Veterans Day next Friday, and we wanted to get it out a couple of days ahead of time and let some folks out there get a chance to look at it and see what they think. So if you get a chance, give it a look there and let us know what you think. We'd sure do appreciate it. But always nice to hear you. I had a feeling at some point or another we would connect. And with a signal like that tonight, I don't know why you didn't get it on Tuesday, but you got to admit, I'm kind of rusty. I haven't been in front of the microphone for quite a while, so this is all new to us. But anyway, enjoy the rest of the evening. sounds like you're doing well. You sound good here anyway. And hopefully we'll have another contact or two even before next week. If not, we'll know we'll get you in the log on Friday of next week as well. Take care, my friend. Always good to hear you. Nice to know that people are looking for us. I hope I don't owe you any money anyway, so we'll hope not. Whiskey 4 Tango Sierra Hotel, North Carolina, Kilowatt Zero Radio, Whiskey Bravo. 7-3s, Bobby.
Yeah, okay. I was going to tell you one more thing. I think this is my fourth contact. If you'll make a regular out of me there, I'd appreciate it, okay?
Yeah, I think we're past that. I think we're like times 3.
All right, buddy. Take care. Good night. See you later. W4 TSH clear. See you later.
All right, Bobby. You take care. 7-3s. QRZ, any other stations, please? K0 RWB.
Delta 9 EMD.
The EMD station, I'm sorry. Try it again.
Roger. This is Kilo Alpha Zero Echo Mike Delta, Denver.
Well, look who's back. It sounds like Steve again, out there in Denver. What's happening this evening?
It's snowing.
Well, that's about all you can ask for, right?
Not much else. It's been so long since we've had snow. This is the first snow of the season.
Well, I was just going to ask you that, but you got ahead of me a little bit. So y'all did get a little bit on the ground there, did you?
Yeah, it's starting to build up between the weeds and stuff, and where the soil is. It's really building up there.
Well, do me a favor. Just keep it out there. We had good weather today, a transition tomorrow, and back again on Saturday, Sunday night. So whatever you got, just kind of leave it out that direction or let it go a little bit north if you would there, okay?
Well, I can't guarantee about that, but I think if you don't see it in 4 days, you won't get it.
Well, I'm okay with that. Yeah, that's not a problem. I'm certainly okay with that. I'd rather not have it at all, but I guess if it comes this way, I'll take it in rain, not in snow. Okay, maybe we can work that out.
Well, you know, North Carolina's kind of subtropical there with the ocean there.
Yeah, it would be, but I'm in Kansas City, so we get a little bit of everything.
Are you in Kansas City tonight again?
Yeah, we're at the home QTH, Steve.
Oh, okay. Zero call. I'm sorry. I thought you actually lived in Denver for some time. I had a feeling, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, we lived there years ago in Aurora, and then we lived down the Springs for several years as well.
Oh, okay, very good. Well, you were in Colorado for a while, so yeah. Hey, well, come on by again. You know, you're welcome.
Well, I appreciate that. Well, you just keep on stopping by here on the air, and that'll work. That's a lot cheaper than driving either direction. So we'll just be here on the air, and we'll do our highs and hellos through 40 meters here, Steve. No issues. But hey, I hope it doesn't get too bad there, accumulation-wise. If it does, hope you ain't got to go nowhere. You know, always a chance of getting in an accident. I always hate that stuff. But thanks again for giving us a call. We know we talked on Tuesday briefly. And here we are again on Thursday, and you caught me again. I'm glad to hear it, though. I know we've had several contacts, and always looking forward to them as well. Again, as I've told you on Tuesday, we do have that special event coming up on Veterans Day. We actually got the page up. The special call, Steve, is November 0 Victor. That's going to be the special event call for the Veterans Day. We've got that up, so you can take a look at that on QRZ. And see the information we've got there about the event that day, and give a look and a listen there, of course, and see if maybe you're interested in one of those cars. We'll see what happens. But thanks for giving us a shout this evening. I know I heard a few others out there try to grab those with the time we've got this evening, but I'm glad you were able to get in this night. Again, we had another quick chat, so we'll say 7-3s from here, and you continue doing you, and I know I'll get mine done. And hope your weather don't get too bad for you. Kilo Alpha Zero Echo Mike Delta in Denver, Colorado, Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, Steve. You have a good evening, my friend.
Okay, my friend. Thank you again, Randy. It's good talking to you. You're a good speaker, And you have a good voice for radio. I guess the joke is if you have a good voice for radio, you don't have a good face for radio. So I don't know. It relates to an old joke somebody told me once about that. So I hope maybe I'll get a picture of you somewhere. I don't know, but we'll see you later. You have a good night, and I hope it doesn't snow too many more inches, because it's starting to build up a little bit there. So you have a good night, good weekend. We probably won't see you till next week. We may see you next Veterans Day. So you take care, Randy, and we'll catch you later. Forget your call now. Something zero. Oh, no, I really forgot it. This is KA0EMD.
Yeah, no problem, Steve. No problem. K0, red, white, and blue. That'll make it easier for you. Hey, thanks for chiming in there, and hopefully we'll connect with you again real soon. You take care, 7-3s. Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo QRZ. Any other stations, please come with your call.
This is W8EDW Whiskey 8 Echo Delta Whiskey.
Whiskey 8 Echo Delta Whiskey, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Just tuning around, and you were one of the loudest on the band. The name here is Ed Echo Delta, and I'm in Columbus, Ohio. Go ahead.
Yeah, fine business, Ed. Nice to hear you again. Third contact with us. Just the other night, I think. October 22nd. And I'll look at the meter next go around. But yeah, no problems hearing you either, my friend. Good little contact between us here, okay?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Nice signal as usual. And audio that sounds like you're an AM broadcaster, Roger.
Well, somebody did tell me I had a face for radio. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I can't take credit for this. I had some help trying to get this monstrosity set up. There's no EQ separate unit mixed in or none of that kind of stuff. This is just the EQ that's in the rig and the microphone, and this is what you get, whether you like it or not. That's all I got.
Oh, absolutely. It's great. Yeah, I'm the same way. I have the ICOM 7300, and the only thing I did was enhance the sibilance a little bit and reduce the lows. I'm using the ICM mic, and it's a cheap EE condenser mic, so that's the setup over here, as I told you before, probably. But anyway, nice sounding station as usual. Go ahead.
Well, I appreciate that, and I had that same setup. About this time, not about a year and a half ago, actually, and everybody raved. The combination is the 7300 and the ICM microphone, and I had that same setup, and yeah, it sounds just phenomenal. It's a very, very easy radio to set up, transmit audio-wise. Unbelievably how easy it is. This is the Yaesu FTDX10. There's 3 EQs, not the easiest to set up. But I think once you get it dialed in, it does okay, and we'd like to think it has. We tweaked on it for a little bit, had some input from others, Bob Heil for one of them, and once he made some suggestions, we certainly implemented those. And if it sounds good, it's my doings. If it sounds bad, it's Bob's fault there, Roger.
Oh, yeah, Roger on that. Yep. Yeah, I think he had something to do with the ICM as far as tweaking it in to work well with the ICOM 7300. At least I believe he did. But anyway, gosh, I haven't heard Bob for a while. Him and I go way back to the 60s, and I just haven't since he has dropped the podcast. Kind of miss him, Roger.
Yeah, you're not the only one. There's a lot of people that are kind of feeling that same way. And, everybody transitions to different things. I get it. I know he had quite a following. I always enjoyed, the podcast, the Ham Nation, when he was on there as well, and yeah, it was really great. It's really nice to be able to have an advocate like that. Somebody who's in audio, with all the big bands back in the day, but also as a ham radio guy. What a wonderful steward to have in your corner, so to speak. So yeah, I don't think there's few people out there who don't have a Bob Heil story.
Yep, I think you're right. Yeah, I was a busboy at a restaurant he was playing organ at here in Columbus, and that was when I was 15 years old. And he was, I would imagine, early 20s or something, and was on that circuit where he was playing organ in Holiday Inns, well, believe it or not. But yeah, he was at our restaurant, I think, for about a year, and it was really fun. He taught me a lot about ham radio back in that day. So, yeah, I mean, just a genuinely nice guy. Well, listen, I won't keep you. You got a great signal. I'm sure there's tons of other guys that are going to want to say hi. So I will back out and wish you the best. K0RWBW8EDW.
Now, the pleasure's all mine, Ed. Thanks for taking the time. Nice to connect with you. We haven't been in front of the microphone very much the last 5 months or so. We'd like to think we've got those issues behind us, internet being one of them, of course. We do live in the country, but we've got some different internet now that seems to be a little more stable. Helps us a little bit more on our live streams. We're actually live on YouTube right now as well, so I think I probably mentioned that to you once before, but if not, that's what we're doing. And we've got a special event coming up next Veterans Day, next Friday as well. Keep an eye on us. A special call is November 0 Victor. That page is up on QRZ. You could look it up and get some information about what we're doing next week for the Veterans Day issue, which should be fun as well. So if you're out and about and you happen to hear us, we'd love to get you in the log for that. And if not, no worries. Hopefully we'll connect again at some other point. Thanks again for giving us a call. I appreciate your time. And we'll certainly look for you again as well. Whiskey 8 Echo Delta Whiskey. That's outside of Columbus. Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, Ed. You take care. 7-3s.
Okay, 73, brother. We'll catch you again. W8EDW. I'm clear.
All right, sounds good. QRZ. Any other stations, please? Come with your call.
Kilo Golf 5 Golf India Delta 8 Golf.
Well, that one sounds familiar too. Kilo Golf 5 Golf India. What's happening?
What's happening, Randy? I happened to be on YouTube, and I seen you were live streaming, and I was thinking about you the other day. Last time we talked, I said I'd send you a QSL card, and you probably get 1 million of them like I do, but I was going to tell you one is in the mail.
Well, great. I do and I don't. I generally don't get the mail. The YL does. I'm not pointing fingers. Sometimes it gets lost in the shuffle. If there was 1 cent and I missed it, then I do apologize, but we'll certainly try to make amends for it, no doubt.
Well, it's all on me, because I'm the one who said I'd be sending you one. I don't ever expect somebody to send me one back, but I just thought I'd get in there and say hello to you, and I heard a lot of other stations hollering at you there, and I was going to tell you, I've been watching the channel. I've been keeping track for the most part, and you got a good thing going there, Randy. I really appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate those sentiments. Thank you so much. This is supposed to be fun, and it has been. It's certainly far exceeded my expectations. We're not doing this to gain subscribers and all that kind of stuff. We're doing it because I think other people are having fun with it as well, maybe show some interest. I think it's kind of cool to put both of these things together, YouTube and ham radio. I know there's others doing it as well, and different things and different topics. This is really nothing special. It's not a rag chew. We can't spend 15 or 20 minutes, but we're really interested in a couple of minutes or so, as long as there's other people out there that are waiting, and just to see what's happening in your world. And like I told you before, that's what we're doing. And we can incorporate that in the ham radio, and you too, hey, why not? We're just having so much fun with it. Wish we had more time the last several months. We didn't, with projects and what have you. We've had people that send us some text and emails. Hey, are you okay? Where you been? Blah, blah, blah. So even my friend out of the country, Roberto. And so here we are. We won't be every night, but a couple of nights a week here in the beginning, and we'll start to ramp up a little bit more as time goes on. But we're certainly glad to be here. We're nice to hear some new stations out there, some people like yourself we've had contacts with in the past, and just kind of roll and see where this thing goes.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I tell you what, I've been 10 meters has been hopping. I've been working a lot. I haven't been here a lot during the daytime, and I've been doing a little bit of CW just whenever I can. As I said, whenever, it's only a hobby. I wish none of us had to work. You know how that goes. But I just want to tell you, Randy, I'm going to send you a QSL card. Actually, I was looking at my QRZ, and under my notes, I'll put in there send card or received card, reply with card. I make notes all the time, and I got about 10 or 12 other ones I need to catch up on anyway, and I'll catch up on yours as well. But I just wanted to say howdy to you, Randy, and let them other stations that get in there that may never talk to you before. And again, doing a good thing, and I appreciate every bit of it. And you have a good evening, and 73s to you. Kilo Zero, RWB, KG5, GGI, North Texas.
Well, I appreciate it, Tony. Nice to hear you again. From Sanger, Texas, the first one into Texas tonight. The band is hopping compared to what I can remember months and months ago. A little bit more of a struggle, but we're hitting a lot of them tonight, and a lot of stations out there. Very encouraging. The band seems to be holding well, so always nice to hear you. We'll get the card. We'll be happy to send one back to you. And again, keep an eye on us next Friday for Veterans Day. We got that special event coming up. The special event call, Tony, is November 0 Victor. That's already put up on QRZ. Take a look at that, and you'll see the information we've got going on for that special event. And we've got a card that's available as well. So maybe we can do a 2-for-1. You send me one, I'll send you 2 back if we can get you in the log for the event next Friday. So anyway, thanks for taking the time. Nice to hear. Good signal too, by the way. Good solid 5-7 to 5-9. And the audio is right there as well. I'm sure you probably know that. You know how good that station sounds, I'm sure. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your Thursday night. Thank you for checking in with us. Look for you again, as always. Kilo Golf 5, Golf India, Sanger, Texas, Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo, 73s.
73s, Randy.
All right, take care. QRZ, any other stations, please? Come with your call. Was it a Kilo 8? I'm sorry, there was a couple others in there. Was there a Kilo 8 station? I'm sorry.
Kilo 0, Golf Foxtrot Yankee.
I'll try the Kilo 0. Try Kilo 0 Foxtrot Yankee. Was that correct?
Kilo 0 Golf Foxtrot Yankee.
Okay, Kilo 0 Golf Foxtrot Yankee. Randolph, is that correct?
Yeah, I actually go by Hunter, my middle name. But Larkspur, Colorado, where are you located?
Well, you're just ahead of me. I'm trying to get there. The name here is Randy. QTH, we're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. We're on the Missouri side, and we know right where you're at, just a little bit north of Palmer Lake.
Roger. Yeah, actually, I went to school in Columbia, so I know that part of the country pretty well. But yes, we're let me see. We're 9 miles north of Palmer Lake, and got a beautiful signal in here tonight. I'm working on an old CR3 that I've resurrected and seems to be putting out okay. Over.
Yeah, I think you're doing just fine. That's probably got to put you between Palmer Lake and Larkspur, I guess, somewhere around there?
I am exactly 4.5 miles north and a little bit southwest of the little burg of Larkspur, which is a bar, a restaurant, and a post office.
Yeah, been there, done that. Yeah, been there, done that. 3.5 years in Aurora, 11 years in the Springs. And family in Fort Collins. We got the whole Front Range covered. You name it, probably been there. And we probably mountain biked up in your area as well. We always mountain biked up into Palmer Lake.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, tonight it's in the low 30s. We've got snow and letting us know that winter is around the corner.
Yeah, I heard about that. I had another station earlier just in the Denver metro And he was telling me this, Steve's his name. He said he got snow hitting the ground there as well. I've got a brother who lives up in Chipeta Park. I'm sure you're familiar with that. They're off of 24. I haven't talked with him today, but I'm sure they're getting some snow there. They're a little bit higher elevation than you are. But, yeah, I guess it's that time of year. You know, that's okay, though. You know, take all that snow you can. You need that runoff to go into the reservoirs between 11 Mile and Spinney Reservoir down in the Pueblo. So I would certainly take every bit of moisture I can get my hands on.
At this point, I don't care if it's white or clear. I just need the moisture. Yeah, very good. Well, beautiful signal in here tonight. Great audio, and actually one of the better stations I'm hearing to this old TR3. You know, the older they get, the sideband filters tend to get a little bit out of whack. But you're sounding great tonight.
Yeah, you're doing fine here as well. You've got a good 5 and 9 signal. No issues. We're just running an inverted V, about 35 foot off the side of the tower. One leg is pointed towards San Diego, and the other one's up toward Washington State. So it's a very unusual configuration, but it seems to be working. It has for a while, so we have no intentions of moving it because we'll end up probably messing it up. But it seems to work just about everywhere. We're fortunate enough. We hit the East Coast pretty well. Just finished it with Texas, New York earlier, 2 in Georgia, 1 in North Carolina, Mississippi. Not Tennessee or Kentucky yet, but they'll be chiming in there after a while. And here we are in Colorado already. So, yeah, the band's in good shape. Propagation's doing real well. I think all the equipment's doing what it's supposed to. And you just really can't ask for that or more than that, Roger.
Tennessee, Roger.
Yes, sir, it is.
Special events station. By chance, did you know Ham back in KC, Tom Daly, WA0EHA?
No, it doesn't ring a bell to me. Is that a connection with you?
Oh, it's just a real close friend of mine. He lives in Sedalia, about 17 miles north of me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to look it up. I don't know what it is. Maybe everything I've got's going over. I don't do anything on 2 meters here in the metro, and 6 hardly at all. 10 is starting to open up a little bit, but I haven't really talked to anybody here lately, and we have not been in front of the microphone very much this year, so I'm not able to help you on that one.
Oh, that's not a problem. Just curious. See, I know he was when he lived there. He was quite active in the radio community. Now he's a Coloradan. In any event, I will let you pick up some more. I appreciate you coming back to me, and like I said, you sound great. This TR3 seems to be happy, and I'm happy. Over.
Yeah, no problem at all. I'm glad you did. Thanks for giving us a call. We're not doing this every night. We're going to be doing this a couple of nights a week, usually in the evenings. If you hear us on the air, we also have our YouTube channel going, which we currently do now. So we're live streaming on YouTube. It's also recording. If you'd like to hear what you actually sound like with that radio, the channel is my call, K0RWB. You can look for the video with today's date on it, of course. And probably around 52 minutes in, if you wanted to fast forward to about that point and listen to the radio yourself, on the channel I have my actual radio display on the channel, so you can actually see your S meter, you can actually see the oscilloscope, you can see your audio wave pattern, and you can see for yourself what it sounds like on the air.
Fantastic. I will look that up very quickly. I appreciate it. So 7 threes, and we'll listen out for you. I try to at least have the radio on this time most nights, and next time I hear that great signal I will give you a holler.
Well, I appreciate it very much. Thanks again for taking the time. If you hear us again, by all means, give us a call. You get 4 contacts on my log here. You become a regular here on the channel. And we'll have a big party in your name, throw confetti and everything else. So just keep that in mind. You got 3 more to go. We also have a special event next Friday, which is Veterans Day. And we've got a special call for that, November 0 Victor. That's up on our QRZ page as well. You can go to that, look it up. You see the information we've got on the Veterans Day special event. We'd love to get you in the log for that as well. If you're able to do that, give us a shout. We'll try to get you in there. Thanks for taking the time. Nice to hear you from Larkspur. First time we've been in up around there. We've had some on the other side in Windsor and Fort Collins and Thornton and Denver, but never not right there by Palmer Lake area. So we appreciate that. Thanks for again. Come back anytime. Kilo 0, Golf Foxtrot Yankee, Larkspur, Colorado, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again.
7-3.
All right, QRZ, any other stations, please? Come with a call.
Yeah,
Kilo 3.
Okay, I got a Kilo 3 station and a few others. Kilo 3, are you still there?
Kilo Echo 8, Oscar Golf Tango.
Yeah, I had the Kilo 3 station. Are you still there?
Oh, yeah, I'm still in here, Randy. Dan in Maryland, Kilo 3, Sierra Delta Lima. Just want to say hello there to you. Haven't heard you for a while. Good to hear you again.
Well, thank you, Dan. Good signal, by the way. 5.9 plus. 5.9 plus. Boy, that's really good. Everybody said pretty good signal tonight. So almost as good as, well, I think tonight's a little better than Tuesday. Tuesday was a little up and down. But yeah, nice to hear you. Yeah, we've not been in front of the microphone very much the last 5 or 6 months, but we're hoping to change that. So we were here Tuesday, and here we are again tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're not in front of the microphone, you must have been on the bass boat fishing there, because I'm sure the fish are biting out there.
Well, I guess they are. We've had some projects that have have taken our time, and then we've had internet issues that have recently been resolved, a little more stable, a little bit more bandwidth, and that's been very, very, very welcome for the YL working from home and other things. So those have been taken care of. It also helps here on the live stream. We're not buffering hardly at all now. Everything seems to be working quite well. And so I'd like to think those issues are in the rearview mirror. We're moving forward, and hopefully we'll start getting more and more time in front of the microphone.
Oh, yeah, hopefully. I haven't heard you since, I think it was February since we last talked. And but I've been in and out there too, and 10 meters has been pretty busy here lately, so we've been spending a lot of time there in 12 and 15. Of course, we get a lot of the DX from Europe in here, pretty much all day here, it seems like, anymore from, on 10 meters. And so that's a welcome to have 10 meters open that long. So that's a good thing. I don't know if it's working in your area yet, but hopefully so.
Well, we had a little bit of time last week, and it seemed that 10, 12, and 15 were doing pretty good. I'm looking at the scope here on 40, and there's just one station after another. So propagation is really good. I'm looking at the numbers, and the numbers don't look great. I mean, Sunspot's only 49, but the SFI is 130. That does help. KPX is 4. And the alpha is 8. I mean, those numbers are pretty good, and no complaints. I mean, we're making contact, so I'm glad to see cycles 25 just kind of keep roaring.
Yeah, it's off to a pretty good start. I tell you, sometimes I'm out riding around in my mobile, just with the 100 watts and the ICOM 706, and when you're talking to Moscow from Maryland and S9, and the Middle East and South Africa, that's pretty good condition.
Yeah, you got to like that. That's the cool thing about amateur radio. I mean, you just never know. And what I like to see is for the new operators. They have that enthusiasm anyway, and then to make those unusual contacts, well, you can just see the gleam in their eye. I think that's very, really cool. I wish more people had a chance to experience that. But even folks that have been hams for a long time, I don't think it ever gets old. At least I don't think it does. It doesn't for me. We don't hunt them as much as we did, years ago, and things get in the way. But yeah, when you get those contacts, it's something that kind of keeps in your mind now. That how it happened, when it happened, and what the circumstances were behind it. So that's kind of a cool thing as well.
That's right. I still got the gleam in my eye every time I can get over across the pond there. In the mobile at low power. That's pretty good. Pretty good conditions, and it's every day too. It's not just sporadic, So, but anyway, Randy, it's good to hear you in there. You're plus 20 here, up and down a little bit, but really good signal, good audio. Good to hear you in there again. I know there are others want to get in there and give you a call. So, but it's good to hear you back in there, and hope to catch you again soon. Maybe on the N0V, your special call there. Maybe I'll give you a call then. So 7-3, and have a good night, Randy.
Well, I appreciate it, Dan. Nice to hear you again as well. It was really kind of overwhelming to kind of reconnect with some operators that we haven't talked with in a while. Yourself included, of course. And it's also amazing to see the last contacts. It's amazing how time is flying on amateur radio, it seems like. But most cases, you just kind of pick it up where you left off. It's what it seems like, at least for me anyway, which is kind of nice. So it's nice to be back in front of the mic, and it's nice to be able to make those contacts as well. Thanks for taking the time this evening here on Thursday. Appreciate that. And take a look at the info we've got on that special event they call November Zero Victor. We also had a kind of a prelude or premiere video we did tonight. That'll be on the channel as well. Just want to get some people's input, some comments, some thumbs up or down, things they liked, didn't like, things we might want to change. We want to get that out now. Have some folks like yourself review it, get your thoughts on it, so we can kind of finalize it, because we want to play that next week for Veterans Day throughout the day. So anyway, thanks again, Dan, for taking the time. Nice to hear you in Maryland. First one we've had into Maryland tonight, and I know we'll talk again real soon. Kilo 3 Sierra Delta Lima, Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again. You have a good night.
Same to you there, Randy. And just in case I miss you, happy Veterans Day. I will be in Pigeon Forge, the Smoky Mountains area there for that week. So, but anyway, thank you for your service. Appreciate what you do and what you're doing now. So 7-3, and take care, Randy. This is K3SPO.
Yeah, my pleasure at all. Thank you so much. Be safe on your travels, and we'll talk again soon, I have no doubt. QRZ, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Any other stations, please?
Juliet Lima Echo W4JLE in South Carolina.
W4JLE, is that correct?
Roger.
Dr. Fred, good evening, sir. How are you?
It's good to hear you back on here, Randy. We actually set an alarm there on the, got it hooked to the TV, so on YouTube when you come on it set it off, but I was on the telephone. I had to wait a little bit and get over here and get a chance to say hello to you. We've been missing you, and it's good to get you back on. And on Veterans Day, we certainly want to make that contact. And I would like to make a request. If I make the contact with you, all the things I've done through the years, I've been a Mars member, and on every Veterans Day, I always read Flanders Field, or actually recited it. I know it pretty well. I've done it for the last 60 years. But if you don't mind, if I check in with you, I would like to do a little reciting there on Flanders Field in honor of those who Veterans Day actually honors, and that's those who gave their all. Some of us gave a bunch, but some gave their all. Over.
Yeah, we'd be happy to. Just if the pileup gets like it was last year, and we have an issue. I think you have the landline. I think you've got the cell number. You'll have to send me a text, give me a heads up, and we can kind of take a quick standby and just call for you specifically, and we'd be happy to do that.
Roger. It's just something I like to do every year to honor those who did give their all, and it's always been a pleasure to do it. Anyway, it takes less than 30 seconds, so it's not a big, long deal. Nothing there. It just kind of brings home what November 11th is all about. Anyway, we'll let you run, Randy, and catch you on again. It just is so good to hear from you. As I said before, we truly missed you, and we'll look forward to working you on Veterans Day. 7-3 W4JLE.
Well, my pleasure, and nice to be heard from. We got your email, I think maybe a couple, 3 or 4 weeks ago. It's kind of blur, but I think you sent an email out at one time. I saw that. If you didn't see the premiere video we did earlier this evening, take a look at it. I've been telling everybody, we want input. We want some comments, good or bad, maybe some things to change, maybe some things to add. So we want to have that kind of finalized middle of next week. So when the event shows up on Friday, then we can play that a couple of times throughout the day. So if you have a chance, go to my channel, the call sign, and that video should be in there. and we'd certainly like to get some input from you as well, okay?
Yeah, we'll take care of that, and I forgot to push the right button there. So we'll go take a look at that, and I'll either give you a call or drop you an email, one or the other. Good luck, and 7-3s to you, and thanks, Scott, again for letting us in here.
I'm glad to do it. Glad to do it. I lost count how many contacts. It doesn't matter. We'll just keep on doing it. We've always got something to talk about. That's the cool thing about this hobby. But none of us seem to be lack for words. We're all communicators, and that's pretty cool. Hey, thanks for the call. Glad we had a chance to chat this evening, even for a short period of time. I know we'll do more, and hopefully more often, at least on my end anyway, if I can get in front of this darn microphone. Thank you again. I hope you and yours are doing well. Hope you continue to do so, as always, and we'll certainly look for you before, and if not, we will probably connect on Veterans Day. At least we hope so. Whiskey 4, Juliet Lima Echo, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo.
Yeah, 7-3s, Randy.
All right, my friend, you take care. QRZ, any other stations, please?
Alpha Delta 8, Golf November.
The Golf November station, I'm sorry again?
Alpha Delta 8, Golf November.
Okay, Alpha Delta 8, Golf November. Let's see. Hope I got that right. Go ahead.
Yeah, QSL. Well, I've been listening to you for a little bit. I was just scrolling around, trying to get some contacts tonight. Knew him, or at least knew the voice. And while I've been listening, I saw the YouTube, so I've definitely been trying to get in. Thank you for picking me up.
Well, I'm glad to do so. It's not like we're trying to exclude anybody. There's more stations than I can pull, and we're trying to get to everybody. We want to give everybody a chance, of course. No reason to call and not get in. That happens from time to time. It's not our intention, but we didn't realize there'd be that many out there. But the band has just been in great shape, and we're just playing radio, making a few contacts. Like I said, we are doing the live stream. Hope people are enjoying it. Seem to. We've got some folks here on the chat as well. So it's been a good evening overall there, Roger.
Yeah, QSL. Well, again, thank you, and I don't want to take up too much of your time. I want everyone else to get in as well. Well, I'm just running on a 991A bareback with a butternut vertical. Any signal report? You're, of course, 5'9", plus about 15 here in Jackson, Michigan.
Yeah, no problem. Well, it's working well. 991, terrific radio. The 991, 91A, both great radios. I love that all band, all mode. You know, it's a small package, a lot of dynamite inside that small box. Great portable, good in the shack as well. One of the few that we have not owned from Yaesu, but we've got lots of friends have had. We've had a chance to use them a couple of times, but don't own one personally. And the butternut's doing really well. You're 5 to 7, 5 and 9 here in the receive, so no problems between us. The logger shows about 550 miles, a straight line between us. I think you're a little bit west of Ann Arbor. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, copy that. West of Ann Arbor and south of Lansing, pretty much exactly. And yeah, the butternut is new to me. I've been using it for about a week, or setting it up and tuning it, and you know, playing with it, having a good time with it.
Before you go, you've got to tell me about this Parachute Mobile.
I've been a ham for about 2 years, but before this, I only had a hand sub, and it just worked really well for FT8, but not well for voice. So I had a great time with FT8, but it was definitely time to move on to voice. So it was time to get up to butternut, and yeah, it's just great. I mean, I see 4 times as many signals on my waterfall, and I can just go up and down the band and just try and hope I can get them all. It's really wonderful.
Well, I doubled with you in the beginning, but I got all of that. You got to tell me before you go. I want to know about this Parachute Mobile.
Yeah, copy that. I'm a skydiver. I've been jumping for about 15 years. Started as a hobbyist. Last 4 years I worked as a professional skydiver doing videography and AFS instruction, which is, you know, most people come out to the drop zone. They want to do a tandem, get their picture taken, and I'm the guy that jumps out of the plane right in front of them just to get a picture of that smile. And then I also do AFF instruction if somebody actually wants to get their license and become a skydiver. I can help them out with that. On my fun jumps, and you get a couple of fun jumps in between the horse jumps of the day. I just bring my HT. It's just an FT3DR. And my son, who tested in just a couple weeks after I did. He also was an extra. We're still at home then, the junior, senior. And we were playing radio, wanted to see if we could do it, see what would happen. And it was actually a really rough copy straight down. But I was picking up stations 120 to 160 miles away pretty easily. And again, it was just trying to get them all in. And it was just, the difficulty I had, it was hard to schedule them because in my work day, one day you got 15 jumps and you're slam packed, never get a fun jump in, where you have your freedom to do what you want on the jump. And then, the day comes up where it's like a slow day and I can fun jump, but I've never had time to coordinate ahead. But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Well, you got to tell me, you said you're taking pictures when people jump out of the airplane. Are you sure they're smiles and not a face of terror?
Everybody is different. And that was one of the things I absolutely loved. I truly love skydiving. And, you never quite get that first jump again. Feeling that you get from that first jump. But watching other people experience their first jump, special. And you're right, not everyone has a smile. And it's, me from, I guess I've always been a people watcher in life. From like a psychological point of view, it's really interesting to see how people approach and 99.9% of the time complete this really even fearful moment followed by an immensely pleasurable minute and a half. But anyhow, if you haven't jumped out of a plane, I'd highly recommend it.
Yeah, well, in my previous career, more times than I care to count, so no worries at all. Hey, thanks for stopping in there. I know there was a few others out there. We've got just a few more minutes before we've got to shut down, but glad you took the time to give us a call. I appreciate that. I'm glad we got a chance to get a quick chat in there. Welcome back anytime, of course. If you hear us here in the evenings, we're generally on the YouTube channel, which is also my call. You're welcome to look it up, listen to yourself on the air. We did put your page up there as well, so people get to see your parachute mobile picture, which is pretty cool. Again, feel free to come back anytime. Again, we've got a special event coming in next week for Veterans Day. If you're out and about and you hear us on the air, we'd love to get you in the log for that as well. We've got information on the event on the special call, November 0 Victor. You can look that up on the QRZ. It's already posted. But thanks again, and feel free to come back anytime. Nice to hear you, and maybe we'll get a chance to have a little more conversations about our jumps. We could do some comparisons at some point. You take care. Thanks again, and enjoy the rest of your Thursday night. Week is almost at a close, and have a good weekend if we don't hear it before then as well. We'll say 7-3 for now. Alpha Delta 8 Golf November, Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again. Have a good night.
K0RWB, this is AD8TM 73.
All right, thanks again. Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Time for a couple more calls. QRZ, any stations, please?
Whiskey America 1, November India Papa.
Whiskey America 1, question mark, please.
That's WA1 NIP, November India Papa. Randy, name here is Mark down in Atlanta, Georgia tonight. Go ahead.
All right, Mark. Nice to hear you from Atlanta. Several calls tonight out of Georgia, northern Georgia. I had a couple a little bit to the west of you along the border, and one just a little bit north of you. Gosh, I tell you, we can always have a good pipeline into Georgia, especially northern Georgia. No except tonight. I'll look at the meter, but boy, I had no problem hearing that signal.
Well, thank you, Randy. I appreciate it. Likewise. Yeah, we seem to hit the area as well. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just my inset seems to be pointed up that way, but I'm always glad to get a good signal report, and yours is super clear, and obviously your voice is carries well and broadcast quality, and I'm sure you hear that a lot. I was not familiar with K0RWB until tonight, but I just subscribed, so I'm a follower, but I like it. More importantly, the conversation is nice and easy and tempoed, and everybody seems to be having a good time, and I think that's what it's all about. You entertain a great group of people, and some of the comments off to the right there, so very nice indeed. But anyway, your signal is wonderful. I got some ASQ stuff. I'm running an old ICOM 756 here, and she's probably got maybe 2 or 3 hours on it, believe it or not. But my primary rig is a CS820S, which I dusted off about 6 months ago and got her fired up again. And the only reason I don't use it that often is because I can't just hop on the channel and fire it up. As you know, it's got so I had to kind of call TQ, and on this one I can just fly over there and hit the button. K0RWDWA.
Well, that's terrific, Mark. Well, again, I appreciate you giving us a call. I'm looking on my log. I don't see a contact between us, so thank you for the first one. We've not been in front of the microphone at all the last 5 months with some project internet issues. We've discussed those earlier with some other stations, but we'd like to think we have those in the rearview mirror. We've got better, more stable internet for living in the country. It seems to be holding up quite well the last month or so, and in the last, Tuesday and tonight are a good test to see how well it works when you're live streaming, of course, with that amount of bandwidth, and it seems to be holding its own with no issues. So far it's a win-win, and we get to play radio on top of that. So we have fun with this. We don't have any agenda. We have no certain plans. We do from time to time have a question for the night or an input that we ask from operators. That's what it's all about, is to share information and share some stories. Maybe there's information that someone else could listen to that could take from and use, and that's kind of what we do here. So we just sit back, call CQ, make a few contacts, see what people have to say, take a few minutes, and we try to do that every time we get in front of the microphone there, Roger.
Absolutely. QSL, Randy. And that's what it's all about. Good time, a lot of fun. I have a ways to go. I've been out of the hobby for the last 35 years or so. I'm sure I hear that all the time. People say, oh, well, I did the same thing. I've had family events that came up and precluded me from being in the hobby that I love so much. But now I'm in it, and I'm playing a lot of catch-up. So a lot of things to learn. Did join a local club, though. I think that was the best thing I did. A lot of talent there, and guys who have like-minded thoughts and help me down the road a little bit. And bounced back into CW, which is really kind of the thing I really enjoyed the most. But again, a lot of fun. Anyway, Randy, I'll let you go. Great talking to you. I'm sure I'll meet you somewhere down the line. And please keep an ear out for me. Have a wonderful evening, and thanks for all you do. K0RWDWA1NIP.
Well, thank you, Mark, and again, welcome aboard. I tell most first-time operators that I talk with, 4 contacts in my log, you become a regular here on the channel, and we have a big party. We throw a big party in your name, throw confetti and so forth. So keep that in mind. 3 more contacts, we're almost there. I'll try to do my part by getting in front of the microphone a little bit more often. But we do have the special event next Friday, which is Veterans Day. Big cake. Hopefully we get a chance to get you in the log for that as well. I think you mentioned we've got that special call already published on QRZ, November 0 Victory. You can look that up, see the information there. Got a really nice QSL card. A lot of people don't collect them much anymore. I do if they're kind of unique and different. I think this one is as well, only because I designed it. But some people aren't interested. That's fine. But some people are. I think it's a pretty cool card to hang up on your wall anyway. So take a look and a listen there. Also, check out the channel and listen to our QSO. You can actually see the recording. Got our radio display, so you get to see your signal report yourself instead of what I tell you. You'll get to see it for yourself. So anyway, we're having fun with it. We like putting these two together. It seems to work out well. I think people enjoy it. Enjoy what's left of your Thursday evening. Feel free to come back anytime. We'll look for you. You look for us. What they say, like, tag, share, follow, whatever on our YouTube channel. We're not looking for subscribers, but if you enjoy what we're doing and you'd like to know when we're back, you can hit that notification bell. That lets you know when we're going live, and you can always find out where we're at. So enjoy the rest of your night. Have a good weekend. Hopefully we'll have another contact much sooner than later. Whiskey Alpha 1, November India Papa, just north of Atlanta, Kilowatt 0 Radio, Whiskey Bravo, 73s, Mark.
Randy, thanks today, and I'm sure to appreciate it.
Hey, what was the name of your YouTube channel again?
It's my call, K0RWB.
QSL card.
Okay, Mark, thanks again. Get a little bit of feedback coming in with some nearby stations. We've got time for one more call. If there's anybody else out there, give me your call sign, please.
Yankee Tango Oscar.
Was it Yankee Tango Oscar? I'm sorry, try it again.
Hi, Roger. This is Whiskey 4, Yankee Tango Oscar. Name on this end is Mel. I'm located in North Alabama.
Okay, Mel. Thanks for giving us a shout there. Nice signal. I don't know, there's a station below and a station above. 40 meters is getting kind of busy here in the last 20 minutes or so, but hey, we'll work through it the best we can. Thanks for the call. The name here is Randy, in case you didn't catch it. The call, again, Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo, K0 Red, White, and Blue. We're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. We're on the Missouri side there. Go ahead.
Oh, Roger. You're sounding great in North Alabama. You're 40 over on the peaks there. The band's kind of crawling around. It's kind of hard to keep up with. By the way, I love that flag on the YouTube channel there behind you there. It's beautiful.
Thank you very much. My son-in-law did that for me a year ago for Christmas. My youngest daughter and my son-in-law are both active duty Army, and they put that together. Nice job. I thought it would be nice to hang up, of course. We wanted to put it in our shack. Apparently you're watching the YouTube channel, or you wouldn't have known that, so I appreciate that as well. And of course the one next to it's the world map, and then I had to put another plug in there for my brother, so in the little corner you can see the little VW sign there as well. Roger.
Roger. I did notice the Volkswagen there. I've always been a big fan of Volkswagen. It's pretty cool. But anyway, I won't keep you. I know you've got a lot going on. I heard you in there, and I wanted to tag up with you, and I'll try to catch you again on Veterans Day there. And but anyway, 7-3 from now, we'll try to catch you on down the logbook. Have a good one, Randy. 73, Whiskey 4, Yankee Tango Oscar, and God bless America.
Well, thank you, Mel, and thank you for the first one here. Appreciate it very much. I mean, what I do is just as much for first-time contacts as people I've talked with a dozen or so times, and that's just for us to to take a moment and say hello. Have a nice little conversation. What's going on in your world? And we're just playing radio, and we're just adding YouTube to it. Some people enjoy it. I think it's kind of cool because you get to see, what the radio is doing, and you get to hear yourself on the air, the actual versus somebody you're doing a recording or what somebody thinks they hear from you. This way, you get to hear it yourself. That's what worked for me, and that's how my audio, good or bad, is where it's at now, is because I got to play it back and listen and make my changes. So appreciate you taking the time and looking up on the channel there. We hope to be back on maybe 1 or 2 more nights before the event, which is next Friday, Veterans Day. That's going to be an all day for us, couple hours, hour off, couple hours, different bands, probably end up on 40 meters a little bit that evening as well. If we can get a little closer in stations, we're going to try to work all the different bands. Depends on what propagation is like. So we'll see how that goes. But I appreciate you taking the time. Nice to hear you for the first time. We do appreciate that very much. We've got your page pulled up here in Alabama. I think that's the first one in Alabama tonight as well. So glad to see we're getting down there. You take care. Enjoy what's left of your Thursday. Your Friday is coming up and the weekend. And again, if we have a chance to hook up during the special event, we certainly would love to have you in the log. Thank you, Mel. Thank you once again. Whiskey 4, Yankee Tango Oscar, Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo.
Kilo Mike 5,
November X-ray.
All right, November X-ray station. I'm sorry, try it again.
It's Whiskey 0, November X-ray, Randy. Over.
Whiskey 0, November X-ray. William or Bill, is that correct?
Roger, you got it right. I go by either, but probably informally Bill is better. I answer to that better, my wife says. Over.
Well, I used to answer to hey you, or a few other things I can't say on the air, if you know what I mean. I will have to say this is probably the shortest contact I've had in a long time. If you're you're kind of west of Offutt, correct?
Roger. Papillion's just the first. It's county seat. It's Sarpy County, and so we're on the western edge of it. But you're right, and that's one of the main reasons I picked you up, because I rarely hear anybody in Kansas City. Over.
Yeah, well, you're 10 over, so and that shouldn't happen. The way the one leg is actually pointed toward Washington State, or more like you. It should not happen with the way that lobe is working, but maybe it's working off the other lobe. It's hard to tell, but yeah, I don't have a problem hearing you at all.
Well, at least you got lobes. What I'm talking on is a distributed capacity dipole antenna in my attic. I've got 3 or 4 of them up there, and that's all I have because of HORs, but they seem to work okay, over.
Yeah, well, it must have worked before because we had a contact December 23rd last year, which I would venture to guess was probably during the Christmas train.
I think you're probably right about that. I've got in the process of trying to update my computerized logbook, so I don't have everybody. I get some from 1978 and then some from now. So I'm away from getting everything transcribed from paper to the computer. Over.
Yeah, I tell you, I've been fortunate that we've done several computer changes and revisions on software, and that ADI file has seemed to survive. So we've been able to transfer to new computer, the new logging program, and so forth. And I'd like to think we haven't lost any. I think there might have been an instance or two that maybe I typed the call wrong before I had the lookup feature on QRZ. But other than that, I'd like to think they're all there. And yeah, I would be lost. I had paper in the beginning, but that lasted only for about a couple of months. And I said there had to be a better way. And then they started making the log programs. And like Ham Radio Deluxe when it first came out and what have you. That saved me a lot of headache.
Well, a little walk down history lane. When I started in amateur radio, it was back in the 60s, but I didn't buy anything until I got out of the Army in 1971. I think I moved to Omaha in 78, so it would have been about 1971 or so. A computer in those days would have been a $200 calculator, over.
Yeah, and the computer would have probably filled up your spare bedroom.
That's about right.
There you go. That's right. Yeah, it's amazing how technology has gotten more advanced and smaller. You know, there seemed to be a big rush years ago about making the smallest cell phone. And now it seems we're going back the other direction. They're getting bigger. They're just doing more things. But I think, me personally, the worst thing that was ever invented was texting. I hate that with a passion.
Contact.
Yeah, I know what you mean about texting. I do it because I have to once in a while, but it's not my favorite thing. Tell me, Randy, do you know a good SDR for Dummies instruction set, over?
Are you talking about running like a separate, like on a dongle, that kind of SDR, a separate third-party software?
Well, I've got the software, but I don't know how to do the operation. I don't know how to make a connection to I don't know whether you call it a network or what. I find a lot of information about software and hardware, and I have kind of grappled with that, and I'm okay, but I don't really get how to put it all together. I have a 7610, and I understand I can use one of the receivers. I think I just set off my fire alarm, so I'm going to have to answer the ADT call. Stand by, please.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, get off the air if you've got a fire going on, Bill. Don't have to worry about talking with me.
Contact.
Yeah, stand by 1 second, contact. Let me clear with him, and I'd be happy to get you. Bill, you go ahead and answer that. Take a standby there. That's one of the ones I haven't had in a while. Hang in there. Come on back if you want. No problem. Let me get the other station. Let me have the contact. Give me your call, please.
Yeah, this is Kilo Charlie 1, Foxtrot, Yankee Foxtrot, New Hampshire. And what's your call?
Well, I don't know. I don't like to share all that information, Joe. No. Yeah, no problem. I assume you were the contact. Thanks for hanging in there. The call is Kilo 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo. K0 Red, White, and Blue. The name is Randy. We are 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri.
Oh, roger that, roger that. Well,